The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
Greetings and welcome to another episode of Bermuda's Feel Good Early Morning Show. Good day, Bermuda. I'm Terri Tuku alongside Jacky Lambert, and we are ready to bring you some feel good vibes this morning. Today, we are discussing local small businesses that Jacky and I have recently visited, supported, and love. We are also going to be asking you some local businesses that you have come across in your recent outside travels. Our Feel Good Vibe today is going to be celebrating some more Black Girl Magic. As you may remember, on Friday, we celebrated Mackenzie Curl Tuckett, who is a member of the class of 2021 over there at Work Academy. So once again, shout out to Mackenzie on her graduation. We see that we have Sean Smith in here with us bright and early. Good morning to you, Sean Smith. Thank you for joining us as always. Let's start with our Feel Good warm-up, which today I did want to give a shout out to one of our audience members, Nadine B. Henry. Last week, she said she was honestly unaware of our show. You sisters are doing an amazing job. I have clicked follow, requested the notifications, and will be tuning in going forward. This is an awesome show. Thank you so much to Nadine for sending us that love and appreciation. We do appreciate that. Let's start with our first feel good question, which is, how was your weekend? It is Monday. Some of us are heading back into work, whether that's in the office or working from home. And the weekend is over. No more 4-day work weeks for a little while. So let us know in the comments, what did you get into this weekend and how was it? Did you enjoy it? Do you wish you had an extra day? All of that good jazz. Jack and I are going to start the conversation off and then we'll come back to you in the audience. So Jack, how was your weekend?
It was so good. A little tired, but I feel great. My glutes are sore. I don't know if everybody's been doing their squat challenge, but I clearly did not. I haven't been on my game. So I added the resistance band like you, and I was doing the jump squats and stuff, and I was doing other little things to different variations of squats, the pulsing and stuff. And I see a small difference already. It's sitting a little bit higher. It could just be swelling, guys. I'm not too sure. May have pulled something, but other than that, I feel great. And then I had a good weekend. So on Friday, Daniel, or one of my friends, had asked if I wanted to be an extra in a promo video, and I brought a few friends, and we started off celebrating one of my other friends' birthdays at my house. So we were just here, and then we went and met up with the boat, and we had a good time. We reenacted Jack and Rose from the Titanic at the front of the boat, and we were singing along with the song. And then, Saturday was just a decently chilled little gathering, but nothing too hard. And yesterday was just nothing.
Let's go on ahead and let the audience see what it is that we're talking about, because you got to see it in order to truly get it. So I'm going to cue it up so that y'all can see it. So just give me 2 seconds to get that queued up, because you got to see the vibes. You got to see the vibes, because one thing about Jacky, she gives you good vibes. Vibes. So let's share this with the audience. Pop this in here. We're going to play it, and then we're going to turn the audio. Yes, that is what Jacky's referring to. So if you don't follow Jacky on Instagram, do make sure you follow her over there on Instagram. Her stories are popping. We just talked about it off air. She said that, she hasn't been on the feed as often, but her stories were popping. But that video made the cut. You know how some people, let's talk about that. In the comments, let us know what you did this weekend. What did you get into? How was your weekend? Do you wish that you had more time in the weekend to enjoy whatever it is that you did get to do this weekend? Now, for me, I think the only thing I did was go out on Friday night. After that, I was like inside the house for the rest of the weekend. I went for drinks at Hamilton Princess, which was really good. I love HP. From inside the bar to outside where the fire pits are, it's a really dope experience there. After that, I did my run first thing Saturday morning. Well, not first thing, it was like 9:00, but it was still early. This time, so I don't know if I have shared this before, but I use an app called Nike Training App, and it's to help your Nike Run Club. And it's to help you, run. They have different challenges. They can help you train for a marathon or any kind of run that you're doing. So I have set it to help me train for a half marathon. However, it only lets you project your training schedule up to 6 months, So I'm technically training for the half marathon derby next year, but I'm like, I can't wait till 6 months before, because then I'm not trained. So like, we got to start now. So Saturday's run was a 3-mile run, which is basically a 5K, give or take. And I haven't done a 5K in over probably 2 years. I don't think I've ever done a 5K here. And when I tell you, I was like low-key wounded, but not really wounded. It was like good. Because when you first start running, when you first start getting back to working out, and you're like, I feel like weak. Like I feel like I can't work out. I feel like I'm not motivated. I'm not strong enough. But this Saturday, outside of the hills were killing me. Like there's like mini hills in our area. Like they're like not really an incline when you're driving over them, but when you're running,
brutal.
I was like, okay, yeah, no thanks. But I made it through. I did it in just over 30 minutes or just under 30 minutes. I can't remember. But I know that my average pace per mile was like around the 11-minute mark, which is my initial goal. I wanted to be under 12. So I'm definitely hitting that mark. Let us know in the comments what it is that you did this weekend. Apparently Jack's recreation of the Titanic moment was hilarious to Sean Smith. It was hilarious to me too. I was like, look at this girl. And it's fun. I mean, it's actually funny because Jacky, and the character was named Jack, right?
Yeah, so I was like, she was just like, let's stand with our arms open like Titanic. I'm like, no, I have to hold you from behind because I'm Jack. And she was just like, oh my God. So then our other friends saw us and they knew exactly what we were doing because we're all silly. So we all started to do that. But yeah, I'm impressed with you though, Terri, because the last time I saw you post about your pace and your time, it was like a 14-minute mile.
And so
that's a huge drop.
This is what I love about the Nike apps. Like, I'm not sponsored by Nike. This is not an ambassadorship. The apps are free, so it's not like I pay for it either.
Right.
What I love about the Nike Training app and the Nike Run Club app is like they will try to predict your pace and things like that based on what you've done in the past, and they'll recommend certain things for you. They'll adapt your plan based on what you've done since you started it or within the last week. So for that, like they said that my average pace would have been like 15 and a half minutes. And then by the time I finished the run, it was like 11 minutes. I was like, look at me, like shaving off time from my my average pace, which is, like I said, that surprised me. So I feel like by the time May 24th rolls around 2022, I'm gonna be like such a beast. I'm gonna come.
You're gonna win the race.
Okay,
you're gonna win the race.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm definitely coming.
What's speaking it?
Okay, I'm definitely coming top 10 in my age group. I have to say like that.
We're breaking it down again.
my age group. But then I also feel like some of the folks that like are winning are in my age group. So I'm like, top 10 feels like I could hit that. I could hit the top 10.
I think you'll be fine. I do have one question there, because you said that you went for your run at 9. That's a huge difference because right, I know, but that's a huge difference because you usually go at like 5:36 a.m. when it's super cool compared to 9 a.m. I know, because I wake up and I'm usually on court at 9. Like I go start at 8 and 9 o'clock. I'm like, I have 3 more hours of this heat. Like today is gonna be brutal.
I will say that on Saturday it wasn't as hot. It was obviously warmer than my usual run, but it wasn't as hot because there was like a nice little breeze. It helped on the heels. It wasn't that helpful when I was running on flats because it's like on flat, I'm kind of like, I'm okay. It's the heels and the inclines where the breeze was like very helpful. And we're really coming on harbor, it helps because it kind of like, that's like the cool down phase. Because I mean, like once I got back on middle road, it's all hot. It's I definitely, I can definitely say I will never do that again. There are certain times where I will never do that again. Like I will not work out from like 1 to 3. I did that once last week. Almost died. Never doing it again. The 9 o'clock is like the latest I can go for the run. And yeah, that's what I've learned so far. So if you are joining us on the fitness challenge, I recommend that you do not work out from 1, unless you really want to like do a sweat burn, then go for it. But you have to be really, really hydrated before you do it and after you do it, because that's one of the things that you want to be careful of, especially right now, right? It's super hot outside. It's very humid and heat strokes are a real thing. Even if you haven't experienced it yourself personally, it's quite possible, and it's not a nice feeling from what I've heard. I've never had one, but we have a comment here from Sean Smith. Jack,
the weekdays blend right into the weekend when you're working from home. I could not even tell what I have done. I'm not working from home, but I know that people be asking me what I've done. I'm like, okay, I have to go through my Monday, and I'm like, I don't know. Somebody asked me the other day. It was Saturday. Somebody was like, "Oh, what'd you do yesterday?" I'm like, "What did I do yesterday? What did I do?" I have to look back at I have to go through my photos. I'm like, okay, that's what I did. I was on the boat.
And that's so funny because like that's what when I went out for drinks on Friday, that was like one of the questions. I was like, he's like, what did you do for your vacation? I was like, what did I do for my vacation? Like I felt so bad. I'm like, I only went 32. Like I'm not that old. And the only thing I can remember was that Heroes Day was Monday. I was like,
that's it. But everything's so repetitive because there's only so much we can do. So it's just like, what is okay? Went work, came home, showered, had dinner. Went work.
Like the routine is so mundane. It's like I don't even want to share that routine with you. We have another comment here from Michael Anthony Musson. He says it's going to be hot today, Jack. Make sure you get some ice cream sandwiches. Hey, if you got it.
Okay, so I have to tell you this story. So Mike Musson and Mike Musson used to help at Elbow, like work at Elbow, and I used to go to school, and without fail, I would come to Elbow, the tennis courts, from school, and the first thing I would grab is an ice cream sandwich, and I used to just sit there, and that was my snack every single day. Like honestly, if it wasn't for tennis, I would be so big. So big.
There was a thing that at my old job, one of my supervisors would say. She would say that I'm a FGIT, a fat girl in training, because I would like eat like all this food, and I was like, I mean, I'm not trying to like, show off that I could eat this much. I'm just hungry. Just very hungry.
Oh my God. But I was doing snowballs today.
Yeah. Absolutely. So we have a comment from Sean Smith. He says, I'm struggling to try to remember what I did yesterday. And that's basically Jacky and I's.
I remember what I did yesterday, though.
Okay. What did you do yesterday? Yesterday was Sunday, so.
Yeah. I woke up, I went to work, I came home, I showered, and I took the wildest nap ever. You ever have one of those naps where it's not an intentional nap, but then you wake up like 2.5, 3 hours later, you're just like, where am I? That was me yesterday. And it was so good. And I just woke up, I got another shower, and I was just like, I feel like I'm gonna go somewhere, start the day, but the day was over.
The day's restarted, but it was in the evening, Jack.
It was like 7 by the time I woke up. And I was just like, where is everyone? I'm hungry.
The day was over. Let us know in the comments the last time you had a wow nap, because I feel like only Bermudians will describe a nap as being wow. And like, when's the last time you had a really good nap where you woke up and you were like out of it? Like you felt like, where were you? Do you even know what time? Like, is it tomorrow? Because I feel like I've had some naps where I'm thinking like, oh my God, it's tomorrow. Am I late for something? And
I feel like those
tomorrow. It's the
only
same
really
thing.
happen in the summertime, like when you're like going, and the heat is kicking your tail and your head. It usually happens after like a good beach day or good swim. And then you come back and you're just like, yeah, I just had a nice shower. You feel hot. You sit into the AC or in front of the fan, whichever. And it just knocks you out.
Absolutely. If you're just joining us, Jackie and I are just sharing with you what we got into this weekend. Let us know in the comments what you got into, whether it was good, bad, in between, or you just don't want to. Maybe you don't even want to recall what you did over the weekend. Maybe you want to switch gears with us to talk about our feel good topic of the day, which is local small businesses that Jackie and I have recently supported. And we also want to know what small businesses you have supported. So let us know in the comment any local businesses that you have supported, no matter where you are in the world. If you're here in Bermuda, if you're somewhere else in the world, let us know any small businesses that you have recently supported, because we have a comment here from Michael Musson before we move into that, Jack.
It's not drool on your face, but it's all the creases, marks from the pillow where you stayed in that spot for way too long. I even got with one of those, like with my heels out of my face, and I was just like, I'm alone, but who's like, where am I? Who am I? What is my name?
Definitely a good nap. That is for sure. So, it was actually Tuesday after. So that was the one thing I did remember from my week. On Tuesday, Jackie and I did a tour of the city of Hamilton, and we came across a store entitled Little Rose Bermuda, and that store was really, really dope. We're gonna actually probably do a little bit more in-depth conversation on that when we actually do our city tour kind of travel Tuesday with you all. But that coming up on that particular store kind of inspired Jackie and I to kind of like really think about the last times we have supported some local businesses like with intention. Because like sometimes it's like, okay, you go to the grocery store, that's a local business, but it's kind of like a grocery store, like it's an essential thing for you to to go to and support. So Jack, what are some, like, what's the first one that comes to mind when you think of a local small business that you've recently supported?
Urban Cottage.
Hey.
I like live in that store, and that's where you can't even see them. That's where my earrings are from. So I actually had to go back and replace them because my hair got caught in my earring. So I was trying to fish it out, and then I lost the earring. And the only way you actually find an earring is like how you find Lego pieces, is by standing on it. And I haven't stood on it yet, so I'm pretty sure it's just gone. So I was just like, I went over, I called, and I was just like, hi, you open? She was just like, yep. So I went in, and Nicole was able to assist me and sell me, not give me a new set of earrings. So I decided to actually buy, she had a few of them of the same one. So I was just like, I'm just going to buy 2 of the same. And
just in case. And
of course I needed it because of this weekend I lost another one. I'm like, what is with me and earrings? Like, honestly, I need them to be screwed on.
You need like the little, the air key for your earrings. Like you need some type of device in your earrings. We have a comment here from Sai. Is that Sai Witter?
Yeah.
He says Dove. Oh, Sarah. Okay. He says Dove and Butterfly and Lambert Island Tennis and Company were 2 local businesses that he recently supported. Let us know what you thought of both of those companies, Sai, because he
has to say he can't say anything poorly about Lambert Island Tennis.
For sure.
I have your kid today. I will feed him so much candy before his time to be picked up.
Oh, no.
Just joking.
So speaking of Dove and Butterfly, because the Friday before my birthday, I went out to like the bingo at Funzent. Funzent is a business that I recently supported. And they were one of the gifts for winning the bingo game for one of those games that we played was a Dove and Butterfly gift certificate. And it was interesting because we were talking about like how they sell out so fast. I
have yet to get anything.
The only reason I knew about them was because they were selling out so fast. Because like every time I would go on like Twitter, Twitter is talking about, oh, Dove and Butterfly sold out. And I'm like, what is it, crack? Because every time I come onto the internet, they are sold out. And I'm just like, I mean, that's great on their part, right? Because that means that they're selling out. But I was like, I mean, how exclusive is this brand that you got to like have some type of notifications set all over the place so that you don't miss out?
It hurts my feelings every time because I'm just like, all right, today's the day, And then it's 10:03 and everything's sold out. And I was just like, wow.
When did they typically when do they typically open up the sales? Is it like 9 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock?
Sometimes she'll do a poll to ask what time works for everybody.
Gotcha.
The last few times, I think it's been at 10.
Okay.
And I don't do lines. That's my other issue. I don't do lines. So there's a lot of times where, like, even when I would go to the clubs, I'll be like, yeah, so if I don't know the security guard, I'm not gonna wait. Next.
That's hilarious. So we have another comment here from Anika DeShields, Jack. These are the businesses that she has supported lately.
The Curate Lounge, Long Story Short, Soap Spray, Urban Cottage, Orange Bay Company, Root Tulip, Dance 101. Oh, Dance 101. I need to make one of those classes.
Yes, I actually was signed up for the Friday class. I was waitlisted, and then they opened up the Saturday class, but I'm glad I didn't sign up for the Saturday class because I got like super engulfed in cleaning my room. But serious purging. It's not even spring anymore, like it's summer cleaning at this point. But I definitely did. You see the and this question is to you as well, Anika. Have you seen the choreography for the last weekend that they did, so Friday and Saturday? Have you seen it, Jack?
I think she posted it last night, and I'm like, oh my god, I just want to get my sexy on.
Yay! Jack is right. That's not the sexy bag. That was not the sexy bag.
Close enough. Close, Nick. Not close.
Not at all.
I'll be at the back of the class.
Just watching. Be a wallflower. We have a comment here from Sheldon Eugene Fox II. He said he had the RBR band out on a march in the city of Hamilton for Armed Forces Day. When was Armed Forces Day? Because that's not a day that I pay very much attention to because I don't have anyone that's ever been in the armed forces that I personally know.
Yeah.
But so if that was the case, so I think is that the regiment band? Because when you say RBG, you have to help us out, Sheldon. Neither Jackie nor
it should be the regiment band because that's his thing.
But like, what does RBR stand for? Like Royal Bermuda Regiment? Maybe that's what it is. Royal Bermuda Regiment. That seems like it's right.
That's what we're going with until we're corrected.
So it looks like Anika went to some other places over recently. She says Jazzy Boutique was another place that she went to, as well as Touche. Let's talk about the local accessories and fashion that exists on the island. I feel like there's a lot for women and like a sprinkle for men. And I want to know how men feel about that because I don't have to shop for a guy, so it doesn't really, I'm not fazed by it, but I wonder how women or men who are trying to shop for themselves feel about having only a select few spots to go to. Like I feel like there's Shannon's, there's Gibbons, there's Manco, there's Banter and Steel, and that's like it that I can like think off the top of my head. Like, is Marks and Spencer still open? Like the men? I don't know. I know AS Cooper's is gone, but I think Marks and Spencer's is still kind of open. But then that's even.
But they only if they do have a guy section, it's only like one floor maybe dedicated to them, whereas the rest is dedicated to women.
Yeah.
Because the first floor is all skincare and makeup, and then they have jewelry and stuff in the back, closer to the elevator, and then I'm trying to, like, you know how you walk through things in your head? I'm like, I don't remember much of a guy section.
Yeah, so it does look like there is Marks and Spencer. Okay. Yeah, there's Gibbons, but then there's also, it looks like Marks and Spencer. They are still open to it. But I mean, that's limited when you think about.
But for the guys, I only think of like women when I think of Marks and Spencer. I'm trying to think of where the guy section is probably way down the back.
It's gotta be.
You gotta go through all the lingerie. We're just gonna end up picking up something for his girlfriend on the way back. That's smart. That is smart.
Or at least try to. So coming back to some of the other places that people have recently supported. So we're talking about local small businesses that we have recently supported. Jackie recently went to Urban Cottage. For myself, I did go to Fun Zone recently. We have a comment here from Michael Anthony Moss and Jack.
A tie, I guess. Organics, handmade soap, and body butters like Dove and Butterfly.
That's cool. That's cool. And then we have another comment here from Cy Witter, Jack.
Recently tried out Dove and Butterfly's black soap and their unscented oils for myself. The soap is great, being natural, and the oil complements it to help me avoid dry skin. Having to shower several times a day, that's me, due to training. I love their products. That's good to know. So, Cyril, next time you place an order, think of the Lamberts.
Just add extra one.
I just want to try the black soap. That's honestly, that's what I really want.
And then we do want to say good morning to you, Rochelle. So I'm going to thank you for tuning in as well. So speaking about black soap. So another company that I have recently supported is Nature's Gift Bermuda, and he does black soaps as well. He has a liquid black soap as well as like the regular soap bar. I purchased the eucalyptus for myself, the lavender for my mom, and then I got 2 black soap bars. Originally, I ordered small, but he upgraded me to large, which was great. So shout out to Lyle for that. I have no more liquid soap. It's gone. But it smells really good. Like, it's not overbearing of a scent. So I know some people, when they use essential oils, they feel like sometimes certain scents are too strong for them, so they won't use them. But this one in particular was really good. And it helped. At the time, I was like feeling a little bit anxious and just like feeling like, oh my God, there's so much to do. I'm overwhelmed. So the eucalyptus definitely helped with that. So I would recommend that if you are looking to try black soap and maybe you don't want to try the bar, the liquid soap was really, really, really good.
And I want to do the liquid soap. Where do I just go on his social media, or do they sell it in stores?
Well, he has a website. They used to sell it at Manco, but they don't sell it anymore. So typically it's now just on his website, and he delivers.
Ooh,
so
and
there's no extra charge for the delivery. So that's also good.
I love delivery because I feel special.
Yeah, me too. We have another comment from Cy, but he says, Lambert Tennis is amazing, of course. Tara and Jackie are not only amazing coaches, but their patience with their students is second to none, especially mine.
I'm going to get a video so you guys can see his son. I love this little boy. It's so funny. It's the best.
And speaking of the Dance 101 class that we talked about earlier, Anika says she did see a few clips of the class. So it looks like we have a crew so far. Me, Jackie, and Anika need to get together to do a Dance 101 class.
Yes.
And then when it comes to RBR, it stands for Royal Bermuda Regiment. So we did guess that correctly. Success to Jackie and I.
Mainly you, because I was sitting back there like, regiment.
We don't know that.
And it's a band.
We have a comment here from I Am Tasha Fox, Jack.
I just purchased a few items for hubby at Men & Co.
Okay, perfect. So if you are a lady out there looking to purchase something for a significant other, a family member that's a male, honestly, personally, I was asking about that because I have skin in the game. I like to wear men's clothes. Like, I like to wear certain, like, men's shirts, men's bottoms.
You tricked me.
You thought I was going to say
tricked me. I was just like, Terry, you're telling us on the air. You didn't warn me behind the scenes.
Jackie would have got on Terry. I was like, oh my God.
Oh, my baby's all grown up. Hercules.
No, that was not it. Definitely just say that I do like some outfits that, use men's clothes, because I feel like with men's clothes, they're actually low-key cheaper than women's clothes in some cases. In other cases, it is kind of on par. But I do like men's style.
An oversized shirt as a dress, like an oversized button of a dress. Yeah, as a dress.
Exactly. And then there's another one about Tabs. So Tabs is another male store. Yes, we did forget about Tabs. Definitely forgot about Tabs. So if you are, like we said, looking for any businesses to support as far as men's clothing are concerned, definitely check out the ones that we just shared. We are talking today about local businesses that Jackie and I have recently supported, and we want to get your take on the businesses that you have supported. It looks like Anika DeShields also purchased some Paradise.
You did some shopping, girl. Can I be a friend? No,
right? Do you want to buy someone else some stuff? So, like, Paradise Scents. Are those the candles?
They have a lot of different things in there. So I usually get this overnight lip serum, and it's supposed to be like obviously overnight rejuvenation. But I wear it all day because I'm always in the sun. And they have a lot of stuff that you can see if you want to make gift baskets and stuff. That's where I got my stuff for Christmas. They're amazing, and they have an Instagram page. And I remember if I run out of anything, I just shoot a picture and be like, do you have any more of these? And they can either say yes or no, or assist you in purchasing some more, like ordering some other stuff. But it's just over, it's that roundabout by Mills Creek.
Okay.
It's the gray building as if you're going towards Gorham's. It's right there. But they have candles, they have body washes, they have everything. But they have an Instagram page, so she has pictures up of different things, and it's definitely somewhere to go.
I'm gonna definitely check them out. And it looks like we are confirmed for Dance 101. We are confirmed with Anika, so we just need to pick a date and go.
Yes. I know that Chanel does do private, so it's probably easier if we book a private session versus trying to get into the class, because that's like getting dove and butterfly. I mean,
it is.
You gotta go on the wait list and hope and pray that you get in for the day. But yeah,
set up your notifications and dance.
Super excited. Yes, exactly.
So we have a comment from Sean Smith, Jack.
I know Emma and asked Marks and Spencer and Gibbons Company, but when did all those other businesses open in Bermuda? So Banter and Steele, I want to say that probably, I always try to add like 2 years because, you know, COVID wiped 2 years. So I want to say like they've been open for 3 or 4 years. And I'm not sure if he was asking about Urban Cottage. Urban Cottage has been open since I was...
They've been open for a while.
18, and they started up what is it called?
I don't know where they originally started.
Not Windreach. In Warwick. It's
no, I didn't know the original location. I've only known their current location.
Okay. And I can't remember the others.
I know Menco is well over 5 years, or just coming up on their 5th year. Touche, I feel like it's as young as Banter and Steele as well, from a like physical location perspective, because they're right. Their original store is right there next to HSBC, and then they actually share space with Menco now. So like they're on one side of Menco, and Menco's on the other side. Dove and Butterfly is definitely a pandemic company. I think they started, if not at the start of the pandemic, during the last 2 years. A Tea Organics. This is my first time hearing about them, but I would reckon to say that they're fairly new as well. Paradise Scents also sounds like a new name. Tabs is pretty old from a business perspective. I think they've just recently had their storefront. I think they've always kind of done stuff either online or been sold in someone else's store. And then Dance 101 is definitely a new baby as well. Not a pandemic business, but is new. So a lot of these businesses.
How long did she say Little Roads had been open, the owner?
Oh yeah, she said that they were fairly new as well. We got to get her on so that she could tell us.
Yes, because she's got so much information. I love that little store. So they have little straws. They have cute little water bottles. So she's the mother of Ashley's Lemonade.
Correct.
So they have different bottles. They have... you guys just have to go hit it up. It's on Court Street across from Fresh TV. Yes.
And speaking about men's clothing, Nicole Walker says that Freshman in Harry Plaza is a good men's store as well. Actually did not know about them.
I forgot about them. They're right next to the bakery. So if you like baked goods, baked goods mixed with some
clothing. That is interesting. And then Michael Anthony Musson just dropped the website for Tea Organic. So if you are looking to support that local business, do make sure you do so. And we have another comment here from Cy Ritter, Jack.
The Griot Bermuda is another local small business I've supported lately. Yes, get your books up.
And he's saying that they sell art, books, candles, Seymour's drinks are the items that he's purchased from there. I've actually not purchased art. I purchased everything else that Cy said he's purchased from the Griot as well.
I didn't know about these Seymour's drinks. I didn't know they had this. I actually need a Seymour's drink today. So
it's fairly,
if anybody's out in town, I will be doing tennis camp from 8:30 and I'll be at the facility till 7:30. So if you want to drop off anything nice to me, I'll be at Bernard Park Tennis Stadium.
FYI. Jack's like trying to put out that plug there, like trying to be all incognito about it. Like, he loves delivery. If you are getting something for yourself, just go on ahead and add a little extra drink for Jack. You know she's gonna need it. or she says she's going to need it. We don't know if she's actually going to need it or not, but you know, it is what it is. If you are just joining us and you didn't get a chance to let us know what local small businesses you have supported recently, that's okay. Just drop them in the comments. If the show wraps up before you have a chance to be a part of the show, we'll definitely give you a shout out later on in the week. So let us know in the comments any local small businesses that you have supported recently. We are getting ready to wrap up today's show, but before we do that and we get into our feel good vibe of the day, we do want to make sure to remind you to head over to the Daily Hour at 8 a.m. where Jamal and Michaela are having a conversation with the president of Somerset Cricket Club to talk about top match plans for this year. And that is something that if you have not really been paying attention to what's been going on in the cop match world, it's time for you to do so. Yeah. You don't have to be a Somerset or St. George's fan. It's really, I think for me, it's more about the story of cop match, like the history of cop match. Like, Jack, what are you looking forward to seeing from the conversation with the president of Somerset Cricket Club?
I don't know, like, it's nice. So we heard 2 times in a row from Neil Pegter, the president of the St. George's Cricket Club. So it'll be nice to hear a reply to all the things that was stated. So just an opportunity to hear their side of the story, I guess you could say.
Absolutely. And as a Somerset fan, is there anything that he can say that would make you even more excited for cop match, or are you just ready to hear what's going to happen?
It would be nice if he says, you know, it has a little banter and says that they're going to cut tail because y'all's been begging. But no, I mean, I kind of have an idea of where the conversation's going to go, but it would be nice to hear what the club has to say.
Yeah. But so I'm trying to sort out my mouse because it has died.
Frozen on you. Oh no! Technical issues.
It's a wireless mouse. I have 2, so I'm trying to add the second one, but the way there we go. I finally got it. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to just turn on this mouse and it just won't turn on. All right, we're back. You know what's crazy? The other mouse that I have it's a left-handed mouse, so it's not a right-handed mouse. I'm trying to make sure that I give my left hands.
That was me the other day. My keyboard started, I don't know, spritz. So it was just doing the mouse, and all my computer was doing, and I couldn't get in. I couldn't catch anything because it just kept scrolling. I'm like, what is going on? Because it's wireless, and I had to reboot it, Bluetooth it and everything, and it just doesn't do anything. Technology.
I'm so just like, wait, Mercury retrograde is over. What are you doing? We're supposed to be getting back to normal technology. Stop doing that.
Exactly.
Janae Pereira Ednis is also looking to find out why they declined in the first place when speaking about Somerset Cricket Club. So as we mentioned, make sure you head over to the Daily Hour at 8 a.m. to see that conversation. And Anika DeShield says that the Griot is also a great bookstore. So yes, if you have not supported the Griot, do make sure you do that. We are going to wrap up today's show with our feel good vibe of the day, and that is to feature and talk about Gabby Thomas, who graduated with a neurobiology degree from Harvard. She has an interest in racial health disparities and is getting a master's in epidemiology. She won the 200-meter finals to qualify for the Olympics, which is amazing. She is a U.S. athlete. So do want to continue to shout out and expose you to Black Girl Magic that is not only within our shores, but all over the world, because the more we continue to lift up our community as Black people, the more that we can continue to get to that next level. So Jackie and I hope that today's Feel Good Vibe has you ready to make it a great day. I'm Terri Tuku alongside Jackie Lambert. We trust that we'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Until the next episode, peace and have a good day, Bermuda.